I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737 777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 145. And today we're doing an extension of episode 144. In 144, we talked about 4 things to stop doing in 2022. In today's episode, we're going to actually talk about 6 things to actually do more of in 2022. And so the first thing is more clarity, right? And clarity is important because it's it's simplifying. It's getting rid of all these things and focusing on maybe one or a few things, because we overestimate what we can do in a year, but we underestimate what we can do in a day. And we overestimate what we can, all these things we can do, but we underestimate how good we can do one thing and do it in such an excellent way that it trickles over into other areas and other things in our lives. And so clarity is so important. Clarity creates focus, right? So we want to make sure that we are absolutely clear on our vision, on our goals, and just get some clarity on what we're going for. Otherwise, you can become what I call an octopus on roller skates, right? Where you get nowhere fast, and you don't want to be that person. I hear some people sometimes, praising themselves for being a jack of all trades and a master of none. I'm not so sure that's something you want to celebrate, because, it's better if you mastered one thing. In my opinion, to master one thing, don't get me wrong, it's great to have mastery in a lot of different areas, but what if you mastered one thing so good that you create an immense amount of value in the marketplace, right? And the the marketplace has to reward you for that value that you have created. So anyway, that's number one. Number two is more self care. I want to make sure I say self care, because we want to take care of ourselves, whatever that looks like to you. Whether it's, you know, ladies going out and getting your nails done, hair did, and all the things that you do, or and it could be so many different facets of self-care, like meditating more, or drinking more water, or just making sure we get that exercise in. Whatever we need to do to make sure that we have more self-care, because sometimes we could do so much for other people that we neglect ourselves, and I can be guilty of that many times. So I want to make sure that we do more self-care in 2022. Number three is more contribution. Like we want to be able to learn only so we can earn and then return. Isn't that awesome? Like we want to learn so we can earn and then return. We want to have a contribution. We want to have significance, and that happens by adding more value to other people's lives. And it doesn't always have to be monetary. It could be just the time that you're able to give with a certain group of people. You know, um, I'm blessed to, I won't go into all the details, but I'm blessed to be a part of some programs in terms of mentoring and things like that. And that just gives me so much joy, being able to give back and being able to contribute to somebody else's lives and make it a better life. Because who knows how, one day your name could show up in somebody else's testimony. And just imagine the lives that you could change just by increasing your contribution and just making it a focus to contribute in a major way. And so that's number 3. Number 4 is more creativity. More creativity. There's a lot of um, there's a lot of the same things a lot of times happening in the world, but man, if you could be that one that stands out because took the time to be a little bit more creative. There's this book called The Purple Cow, and I think it's enough said, right? The name of the book speaks for itself. The purple cow stands out, versus all the other cows. And so, what can you do to be so creative that you stand out? And now people are drawn to you because of what you have to say. Create your own niche, create your own market, create your own brand, but build something in a way that is so creative and so unique. And sometimes to be like for me, I'm gonna just be real. I am not the most creative person, but I know how to surround myself with creative people. Even this very podcast, right? I gotta give credit where credit is due. My wife was very instrumental in helping me package this podcast in the way it is. I'm just not that good, and I'm not even going to try to sit here and pretend and take credit for it, right? I mean, she's just amazing when it comes to creativity, and so sometimes you just got to align yourself with people who are creative if you're not that person. But the key is more creativity. We all can have our own version of creativity, whatever that looks like to you, right? Like maybe you decide you're going to do more on social media and you decide to be creative in your own way on social media. Or maybe, you decide, I don't know, you got to figure that out. But we want to be more creative in 2022. Number 5 is more capabilities, right? Prioritize um, you want to prioritize your learning and your growing and your stretching, right? Because the more capable you are, the more ground you can reach, the more reach you can have, right? So you just want to. I'll put it like this: sometimes we got to go back to the basics and learn how to learn. That was a key thing for me a few years ago is I wanted to learn how to read faster and I wanted to be able to dissect more personal development quicker. If you've ever seen that movie Limitless, I love when he takes the pill and all of a sudden he has this awareness of so many things and you might think, well, man, how can we live like that in real life? And I do believe we can have a form of that, and without taking a pill, of course. And a lot of that is just really focusing on self growth, focusing on growing ourselves so that we're more capable to do more things. We're more capable to handle more challenges. The key to success is solving problems. And if we become bigger than the problems, then y- we are now more valuable, right? But we can't solve the problem at the same person that started the problem or you know first was introduced to the problem, meaning that if I'm here and I got this problem, if I stay here, I'll never get rid of this problem. But if I get bigger than the problem, now I can move that problem out the way, and it's a small problem where it used to be a big problem. Okay, so more capabilities is important. And then number 6 is more community. More community. You know, there's such power in synergy. There's such power in numbers. There's safety in numbers as well. So you want to be a part of community that can uplift you, can grow you. I'm so thankful to be a part of some of the communities that I'm a part of because it's shaped me, it's molded me, it's grown me, and it's just given me perspective. It's given me something to see because I can see greatness in the communities that I'm a part of, and it helps me to stay at a level of greatness. Well, at least a look to a strive for the level of greatness that I'm surrounded with, if that makes sense, right? So more community. And sometimes you just got to create your own community, and I think that's key too. There's nothing wrong with having multiple communities that you're in or a part of or around, but community is important. Community and family, community and business. Even in family, they say it takes a village, right? I don't think that's just for children. I think it takes a village just to have a sustainable marriage. It takes a village of a community of people, right? Just to have a sustainable relationship with certain people in your family or certain friends. Community is a focus that I think is key and critical in 2022. So these are 6 things to do more of in 2022. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't get a chance to listen to episode 144, go back and listen to 4 things to stop doing in 2022. And I can't wait for you to hear the next few episodes. Got some exciting things lined up for you. So make sure you continue to listen in, screenshot the episode, share it, tag me in it, and let's go. See you all over the top. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.